The excuse, I'm too busy these days, is hurting Korean society. So I think you, the viewer, should for 10 weeks try to never say, 너무 바빠요. A little while back, I can't remember when, but when I was in Seoul, I had this arrangement with one of my Korean friends, and we were doing like a language exchange. So I would meet her, we would speak Korean for 1 hour, and then we'd speak English for 1 hour. This way I can learn Korean, she can learn English, everyone's happy. And it was going along really smoothly. We had met each other for 5 or 6 weeks straight. And then the next time, like the night before, I just told her, like, I'm really sorry, I can't go tomorrow. Like, I told her straight up, like, I just don't feel like it. Because I want to be direct and I want to own, I'm an asshole. I need to own this problem. It's my fault. And she, just messaged back like, oh, it's okay, I understand, no problem. The next week we met, and the first thing I did when I met her was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just was so lazy. I just didn't come out. My bad. Sorry about that. And then she made the excuse for me. She said, oh, you must be so busy these days. And at that moment, I stopped there. I was like, no. Okay? No. I was not so busy. I was just a lazy turd of a person. Okay? It's my fault. You should be angry. And she wasn't angry. She was like, yeah, it's okay, blah, blah. It's like, no, please get angry. I'm a bad person. If you're not angry, I feel even more guilty. Like, if you let your anger out, then I wouldn't feel so bad. But instead, she gave me that most common excuse in Korea, which is, oh, you were just too busy. This is my personal pet peeve. I don't know if every foreigner feels this way. I don't know how many generalizations you want to make about this, but I really hate this excuse. I mean, first off, saying you're too busy is, to me, kind of an insult to the other person. Like, I don't want to say it's an insult, but it's kind of like, it insinuates that if I say I'm too busy, it kind of insinuates that, oh, you're not busy. And I am an important person who has a lot of stuff going on in their life. And you, the person inviting me, well, I know you can invite people and go hang out with other people because you don't have much of a life, but I'm very busy and I'm an important person, so you kind of suck. Like, I always feel this way inside. The other thing is, like, I don't like how Korean people oftentimes feel like they have a monopoly on misery. Korean people always say, oh, you don't understand how hard Korean life is. You don't understand how busy we are. I'm going to tell you a secret. Everyone is busy. Everywhere. There are very few people who are going through life who are not busy. Everyone's got, I don't want to say everyone, but most people have jobs. Most people have families. Most people have all of those things. In Korea, somehow people like to pretend that, like, no, you don't understand. In Korea, we're super busy. In America, you guys are, the myth I'm always trying to break is that in America, we're all super happy people, the easiest, funnest lives ever. We just have, sacks of money, walking around and having house parties and getting drunk. It's totally not that. And we are also busy. Everyone in the world is busy. So it's not a very good excuse. I mean, because everyone's busy, like, okay, imagine this. Imagine if I'm inviting my friend to go to Norway with me. I say, hey man, you want to go to Norway? He says, I want to go, but I can't speak Norwegian. Well, guess what? I also can't speak Norwegian. So the excuse he gave me doesn't make any sense, because obviously people who can't speak Norwegian can go to Norway, because I myself, as you know, don't speak Norwegian. So that's a shitty, stupid excuse. It's the same idea with saying I'm too busy. Everyone's too busy. So if I say, like, hey, let's go hang out, or let's learn a foreign language together, or something like that, and you say I'm too busy, yeah, so am I. But we're gonna figure out, we're gonna get through it. That's not an excuse. I mean, just in general, I think excuses are more tolerated in Korea. Like, I'm gonna make a whole nother video about this, but in America, excuses are not tolerated because whatever is going on in your life is your fault. If you have too many classes at school, why did you sign up for so many classes? If you are a part of a bunch of clubs at school, why did you sign up for so many clubs? If you work a really difficult job, why did you choose that job? Well, I get it that jobs are not always exactly your choice, but like, you did something down the line. You didn't go to the best school because you didn't study hard enough, so you got a shitty job, or somewhere down the line it was your fault. So just excuses in general are just not acceptable for Americans as they are for Koreans, but I'll make another whole nother video about that. And the real problem, I think, like I said at the top of the video, like, this is hurting Koreans and hurting Korea. Like, a lot of things in life are similar to exercising. Nobody wants to exercise. Okay, I'm sure there's, like, you know, that 5% who are like, yeah, bro, 8 a.m. in the morning, time to go lift. Okay, or I'm sure they exist, but it's very much the minority. The majority of us don't want to go exercise. But we know if we do it, it's the right thing to do. It'll make us happier in the long run. When we're done with it, we'll be happier for doing it. And all of us, at least myself, but I think most people are very good at making excuses for ourselves. You know, it's 8 a.m. and you're like, shit, I should go work out. Oh, but I have, oh gosh, I have that meeting at 11. I got to prepare for that. That's a high priority. Or, you know, I've got to feed my baby before, you know, my son has to, needs his lunch pack special today, so I don't have time to work out. Or, you know, if I don't get the extra, oh, I only slept 5 hours, I should get that extra hour and a half of sleep, whatever. We're so good at making excuses for ourselves to get out of extracurricular things like that. Now, like I said, in America, excuses are a lot less okay. But in Korea, you guys have this whopping master of an excuse, which is just 너무 바빠. So there's all these things you should be doing in life, but you get yourself out of it because you just say 너무 바빠. That's it. There's a bunch of, you should be learning another language. Well, I can't these days because 너무 바빠. You should be exercising. Can't, 너무 바빠. Whatever, I should learn Photoshop because if I learn Photoshop, that might get me ahead in my life. You don't need to do, no, bro, you don't need to do that. 너무 바빠. You don't have to meet anyone, you don't have to go out, you don't have to do anything because you are 너무 바빠. Because everyone is 너무 바빠. It's not just you, it's everyone. And I feel like I'm not, this is really holding you back. When you have this infinite excuse that gets you out of doing anything, when you have this infinite excuse that relieves you of any responsibility to try anything new in life, to push yourself further, to make your life better through hard work, and you could say, 너무 바빠. So that's my challenge for you, the viewer, okay? For 10 weeks, try going without saying the words 너무 바빠, okay? You'll find out, I think, that, you know, it's going to be harder, but maybe it'll force you to do some things that are uncomfortable for you. Maybe it'll force you to work a little harder and push yourself to work, to learn new things and try new things and all that stuff. And that's great. That's what people need. And then it'll get you out of that lock in your life because instead of just being able to go 너무 바빠, you'll actually have to do the thing. On the flip side, maybe you'll have to become really good at making better excuses. Like you'll become a better liar. That's also a good skill. So at the very least, you'll become a better liar. At the very least, you'll have to be a little quicker on your toes when you make excuses. So that's good. Finally, why do I choose 10 weeks? I just want to put this at the end here. I had a teacher once, I think in 6th grade, and she said, do anything for 10 weeks and it becomes a habit. Now, I don't think it's going to become a habit, like you'll never say 너무 바빠 again if you try this for 10 weeks, but I think 10 weeks is a really good amount of time because it's kind of a long time. If you really go 10 weeks without doing something, like you'll feel its effect and it's a long time, but at the same time, it's also a short amount of time where like 10 weeks flies really fast. Everyone knows, we're all living life. 10 weeks is here and gone before you even notice it. It's not even a full season. So I think you as a viewer, to challenge yourself, to try something new in your life, to maybe get you to do things you've never done before, try going 10 weeks without using the excuse, 너무 바빠요. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hate my video, give it a thumbs down. If you love me or you hate me, hit the subscribe button right here or something. Please leave a bunch of comments because, you know, I love comments, but also this is just my opinion. This is not about like, this is how foreigners think, and there's very little, this is how foreigners think, and blah, blah. But I am kind of saying something bad about Korean people. My last video, I was talking about how I'm not going to sit here and do abu every video. I'm criticizing Korean culture and at least trying to give you some way to improve yourself. So whatever your thoughts are, if you think I'm an asshole, you think I'm telling it like it is, please leave them in the comments below. Also remember, 7 p.m. Busan time every Friday, a new video comes out. And of course, the most important thing of all, have a super most awesome day.